That's funny. Let's see if we can get this signed off.
Seven children, ages 20 to 3. So we have some real experience in trying to put together budgets and manage family life. People always ask me the question, you know, the gotcha question. You know how much a gallon of milk costs? And I say no, but I know how much 6 gallons of milk costs. When people think, oh, it's just big money and it's big endorsement, it's you know, it's the big super PACs. Well, we proved that wrong in Iowa. We're in this race here. We got in some respects you got 5 days to run a campaign here in New Hampshire, and we didn't have the resources to go up on broadcast television, but we're running a grassroots effort here, and we expect to do very well here and surprise folks at the finish. But we're going to continue to work hard through New Hampshire and on, and because we have a strong message that I believe is a winning message. We have to grow this economy. We need a strong pro-growth plan. The Wall Street Journal today reviewed our plan, and they said that it is far bolder than Governor Romney's plan. It's more pro-growth than Governor Romney's plan. Is matching up between the two. We cut individual tax rates, which Governor Romney shies away from. I believe in growth. I believe you get growth through lower rates and tax simplification, and that's what we did in this plan. We lower the rates. We lowered the rates to 2 rates, 10% and 28. Why 28? Well, that was the rate that Ronald Reagan was able to get through a Democratic Congress in 1986. And my mantra is, if it's good enough for Ronald Reagan, it's good enough for me. What's happened over the past couple of decades, actually, you know, since I was growing up in a steel town in western Pennsylvania, is we've lost one valuable section of the economy. And that valuable section of the economy was one that created upward mobility for so many working men and women in this country. It was the key to the success of small town America. It was the key to success of the American dream of someone being able to work and provide for themselves and their family. And that was the manufacturing sector of our economy. Manufacturing was always the key to economic growth in America. And people said, well, that day's over. That day's over. We're going to go to a knowledge-based economy where just those who have the requisite skills to compete internationally from a knowledge basis, they're going to be succeeding. And everyone else, well, according to President Obama, if you look at his plans, he doesn't say it, but look at his plans. It's simply redistribute wealth to those who can't achieve. I mean, imagine the President of the United States stand up and say, everybody should go to college in America. What intellectual snobbery is that? Not every person wants or needs to go to college or should have to go to college. Well, hard work, getting skills, getting training, whether it's at a trade school or whatever, is good work and important work in this country. And yet the president just believes that, well, you got to go to college, and if you don't, well, we'll redistribute wealth to you folks. We'll take from those who have made, and we'll make you dependent upon government, and then we can have your vote because you're going to need us in order to survive and make ends meet in this country. That's a pathetic idea. The idea that American manufacturers can't compete, we do. The problem is we do it in other countries. So it's not like the know-how isn't there. It's not that the products development isn't there. We're developing products. We've got the knowledge-based economy. The problem is we're not making it here because government makes it hard to do it. And that's why I put forward a plan that addresses those issues, that directly goes after this cost competitive disadvantage. Now, people have said, well, why are you just doing that and not looking at it from the standpoint of all businesses? Because what I do with the corporate rate, for example, is I reduce the corporate rate in half, from 35%, which is the highest in the world. Talk about making us uncompetitive. You have a 35% corporate tax rate. And it's a very complex code, which bigger businesses take advantage of because they have big tax departments that can find every single deduction and loophole. And the little guy ends up paying the brunt of the tax. So what we need to do is simplify that tax code, cut the rate in half, and allow a level playing field for small businesses and large businesses. Secondly, and I know small business is sort of a big deal here in New Hampshire. And so, right? And so So we make small businesses here in New Hampshire competitive from a tax perspective if you're not a manufacturer. If you are a manufacturer, we make you really competitive because we eliminate the corporate tax for manufacturers.
And I'm sure I'll get some people who don't agree with me. You know what? If you're running for president, you're running for president, and you're accountable to all Americans, not just the folks who support you. And I understand they try to micromanage these events to make sure that just friends and supporters ask really nice questions. But I'm interviewing, if you will, for President of the United States in a general election. I'm not just trying to interview to try to win a primary. I want folks here to know that I'm capable of dealing with all of the issues, with protesters screaming in my ear, because that's the American experience. That's what democracy is all about, and that's why I believe that people say, why did you come to New Hampshire? Because you guys do it right here. And you deserve to see all the presidential candidates. You need to come up here and you need to face the people of New Hampshire and directly answer their questions. And from here to the events we've done in Hollis and in Northfield and so other places, we've taken every question we could until we ran out of time, and we didn't pick and choose, our friends. We picked everybody, and I'm not even picking anybody because Paul's going to pick the folks here.